The Federal Reserve finally had their November meeting and talked about how they're going to combat inflation moving forward. And while this is very important, we're going to address it in today's video. The crypto space had some major news today as well regarding JP Morgan and Polygon. We also have news coming out of Cardano and Dogecoin and many other altcoins as well. So we're going to talk about everything. And let's start off with the Federal Reserve. Right now, what we've seen with the Federal Reserve is they just had their November 1st and November 2nd meeting. And in this meeting, Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve raised interest rates by 75 basis points for the fourth consecutive time. This is a really big deal, but it was expected. Most people expected that we would see this 75 basis point rate hike. The big surprise, though, and why we have seen markets react negatively, is that people were expecting moving forward that the Federal Reserve was going to start tapering back and potentially even pausing their rate increases moving forward. But Jerome Powell said during this meeting that the Fed still has some ways to go, and it is very premature to think about pausing their rate hikes just yet. He says they need to continue to combat inflation. That is their main goal. They need to bring the target rate back down to 2%. So until they start seeing a clear and decisive movement in inflation coming back down, they're going to just continue raising rates. That doesn't mean that it's going to be another 75 basis point rate hike, but it was much more hawkish than people were anticipating, and that is why we have seen markets react negatively. In the crypto space, we've had a lot of good news over the last 24 hours for Cardano, Dogecoin, Polygon, Matic, many more altcoins. And what we're seeing right now with the overall market is historically, November is a green month for crypto, much like October was. You can see this previous October was green, which was in line with historical trends. And for November, historically, we've only seen 3 Novembers since 2013 in the red. So with historical trends, we would say, well, this month should be green as well. It's not that simple, but it is good to just see that historical indicators are saying we should see a green month for November. So that's the overall market. And there are a few other indicators in terms of support and resistances that we're facing right now, key levels, which we'll talk about in some other videos. But that's the main thing I want to go over with overall market. We're talking about altcoins. I wanted to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Knoxwire. Knoxwire provides a tailored solution for communicating and processing cross-border payments to nearly 30,000 financial institutions in 200 countries with over 150 different currencies. It is the only cross-border payment system that combines the financial messaging capabilities of SWIFT with the real-time gross settlement capabilities of systems like Ripple. The cool thing about Knoxwire is that it just entered a massive new partnership with ARF, which has hundreds of institutions under its cross-border network umbrella and is continuing to take over the payment space every single day. Much like how XRP is the token for the Ripple ecosystem, GSX is going to be used as a liquidity option for the Knoxwire ecosystem to fund millions of dollars worth of cross-border payments every single day. GSX, which stands for Gold Secured Currency, is a coin with gold and mining-backed assets that go up as the assets grow. This is unique because it also adds stability and opportunities for reinvestment into the coin. In addition to GSX, APL is also part of the Knoxwire ecosystem, as holders of APL tokens benefit from a decentralized deposit into the blockchain based on Knoxwire's fees, which will pay out to APL holders. Basically, the more APL you hold, the more APL fees you earn. So ultimately, APL holders benefit from fees generated and conducted within the Knoxwire ecosystem. Knoxwire and its connected tokens are definitely worth checking out, in my opinion. It offers a unique solution to the payments space that we have never seen before, and it has huge potential to transform the future of cross-border payments. So use my link in the description and let me know your thought on Knoxwire's platform today. Elon Musk and Dogecoin, there's been a lot in the news about that as of recently. Elon Musk just hinted on Twitter that Twitter could be integrating Dogecoin into its platform very soon. And he did this by posting a picture of the Dogecoin dog, the mascot, with a Twitter shirt, as well as a pumpkin with a Twitter carving in it. This caused a massive rally in Dogecoin's price, and a lot of people are very excited about this for Dogecoin moving forward. People are saying how Dogecoin very well could integrate into Twitter's platform soon. We've seen Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, say that he sees a future where Dogecoin is integrated into Twitter. We've seen Elon Musk talk a lot about this as well. And this is something that could at least give Dogecoin some utility rather than just being a meme coin. And I know I might get some backlash for this, but really Dogecoin is just a meme coin. If they integrate into Twitter's platform, that could be massive long-term for Dogecoin, at least give it some more value than just the strong community, which it does definitely have. Speaking of altcoins, JP Morgan just came out and made their first on-chain trade with the help of Polygon Matic. And this is major news. JP Morgan, one of the biggest institutions in the entire world, officially has executed their first DeFi transaction. And they talked about in an interview why they picked Polygon over other blockchains. And specifically what they said was that they picked Polygon Matic because of its cheap transaction fees and leveraged Aave Protocol's permission pool concept. This is something that is very important, and they did this in their partnership basically with Monetary Authority of Singapore. But this is a big deal, seeing one of the biggest institutions in the world execute an on-chain transaction and on-chain trade with one blockchain in particular is very, very exciting and great for long-term growth of the overall crypto market. Interesting thing is Polygon is one of the cryptos that we've talked about for years now on the channel. It's one of my favorite projects, one that I'm extremely bullish on, because the way I always describe it to people who don't invest in it is if you're bullish on Ethereum long-term, Polygon Matic is simply a leveraged play. If Ethereum is going to do well long-term, Polygon's percentage return is going to be higher than Ethereum. If Ethereum collapses, well, Polygon's going to have an even worse return. It's very simple in that aspect, but Polygon has a lot of major names behind it. We see Mark Cuban has personally invested in the company. Head of gaming from YouTube has moved over to Polygon Matic to be the CEO, and we're seeing that now JP Morgan has picked Polygon over every other blockchain. Next thing I want to go over is going to be with Cardano, because Cardano has had a record-breaking October in terms of NFT volume, in terms of a lot of numbers. One of the biggest things to happen is that Cardano just had its first ever ADA to BSC bridge go live. This is a big deal because Cardano has seen over the last year many major upgrades. We've seen that last June, Cardano launched its first cross-chain bridge with the Nervos blockchain in order to ensure interoperability and ensure that it can continue to expand and grow in the future. Then in September, they created a Cardano to Ethereum bridge in a partnership with Bondly. Then in August, there was another bridge linking Cardano and Cosmos. Then we saw multiple other ones, but this is one of the biggest ones to date, since we saw the bridge from Cardano to Ethereum, because Cardano to Binance Smart Chain is massive. There are so many projects on the Binance Smart Chain. We have seen that it is one of the biggest ecosystems in the entire crypto market, and now making it easy for people to cross their tokens from Binance Smart Chain over to Cardano and vice versa is going to provide massive, massive opportunity long term, and helps to create a more interconnected ecosystem for Cardano. So it makes me more and more bullish on Cardano's project, seeing all these major partnerships, seeing the recent rise we have seen in NFT volume and DeFi projects launching on its ecosystem. So all of that is very exciting. Last two things I want to go over is going to be with Ripple and with Solana. So first thing is going to be with Ripple. Recently, Coinbase just came out, and according to new documents, they filed to support Ripple in its lawsuit against the SEC. This is pretty interesting because Coinbase with XRP, they haven't listed it, and they've listed in the past and they don't list it. There's been some issues there, but according to the documents that Coinbase filed, they says that they are in a unique perspective on issues at stake in this matter, and the absence of a regulatory framework governing digital assets. Coinbase said it believes that parties like Ripple must be permitted permitted to pursue fair notice defenses in matters where they are facing surprise enforcement actions like this one. Basically, Coinbase is just saying they have a unique perspective and are in a unique position to help Ripple, and they want to help promote the crypto space. They want to help other crypto projects. And so that is something that is going on there. Ripple and the SEC lawsuit has been going on for over 2 years, but it looks like it should be coming to an end fairly soon. We've been seeing a lot more announcements come out with that as of recently, but hopefully Coinbase, with Coinbase's help, it could wrap things up with XRP and Ripple and all the drama going on there. Last thing I want to go over is going to be with Solana. So you've probably been familiar with this, and we've talked about it on the channel before, but Solana's move to earn app called STEPN just recently launched a new Solana and Ethereum NFT marketplace. And they're trying to do something very different with a different business model compared to other NFT marketplaces. So right now, the way that most NFT marketplaces work is there are projects that are created, and the creators of each project take like a royalty fee on secondary sales. Same thing is that many of these marketplaces take their own fees as well. So instead of taking their own fee on every single secondary sale, this marketplace, which is called MOOAR, I guess it's MOAR, they said that they are going to charge $29.90, like basically $30 per month for users to transact on its platform. So instead of taking a fee for every secondary sale, they're saying we're just going to charge users $30 a month, and that gives them the ability to transact and use the platform. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here with this ecosystem. It's also interesting that a Solana move to earn game chose to use both Solana and Ethereum. I think it has a lot to do with all the issues Solana has had in the past, and because they've had a lot of outages, and I would assume that STEPN sees that and potentially thinks that there could be issues long term. So it's good to diversify and good to have a NFT marketplace that they're launching with more opportunities in the case that Solana was to fail in the future. But that's what's going on in the overall market. A lot of bullish news, a lot of news with the Federal Reserve. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.